Okay, Andy. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, I created a thread with fundamental steps. Anyway, I asked you to convert into a lambda expression and anonymous. So let me convert that once. And lambda expression. So I asked you to do some assignment. Anybody tried this conversion? Anybody tried? If not, make it. I will complete that and I'll copy the code. Okay, right. Yesterday, in the process of creating thread, the class must be implemented from runnable interface. Step one, the runnable interface will provide one method known as run. We have to take the method and construct the body. After run method construction completed, we have to call the run method by using start method. That is a rule actually. So start method available in the thread class. For that, what we done now, we created object for user defined class. We created object for user defined class. And the reference of user defined class passed as parameter to thread class object. Right. The user defined class object is binded to the thread class object. That only diagram I drawn yesterday. So I asked you to convert that thread flower application. This is thread application. Now, in this, we have to convert. The program into anonymous. Make it creating thread using anonymous inner class as implementation class model. In this process, the user defined classes are declared without name, which means anonymous inner classes, which means anonymous inner classes. So the display 1, display 2 are anonymous inner classes now. We have to convert the display 1 and display 2 as anonymous inner classes. We have to convert it as anonymous inner classes. See there, all of you. So in this now, these classes must be anonymous. These class names must not be there. These class names must not be there, but only anonymous. So only bodies will be there. Already you know the syntax. Whenever you want to write this body runnable like this, we are converting into anonymous. So I am taking one more project here. Thread application 2, that is anonymous classes. Anonymous classes. I'm copying the same program down. Copy. Right click on SRC and paste. Now here we had a display 1, we had a display 2, we had a demo thread 2, that is demo thread 2, finish. This is. Now look here, display 1, display 2 names must not be there. They should be replaced with interface, that is runnable. They should be replaced with interface runnable. According to the chapter of anonymous inner class, runnable. And the body of display, this is body of display class. Body of display class attached before this semicolon. So this model is anonymous inner class as implementation class. This is anonymous. Anonymous inner class as implementation class. This is the model. Already you know this model, and already this model is available with you already. Anonymous inner class as implementation class. This is interface. This is implementation class without name generally. Now this display 1 will not be there. We delete this display 1. Anonymous inner class chapter indirectly. Now the same way here, display 2 replace with runnable. Display 2 replace with runnable. Now, here, display to body, this is body. Cut this body. Paste before this is semicolon. So this also anonymous. This model also anonymous. Anonymous. Here display to is not available. This is deleted. This is anonymous. The same program only. Here test not there because here classes are not there. No. Here test package not needed. Delete. Only display to single program display to run it. Anonymous. Same program but running with another. This model is very popular. Many designs happened on this model. Thread with anonymous inner class. High performance will come. Anyway, this model already you practiced. Anonymous inner class as the implementation class. So example here, demo thread2.java only main class it is. This only I asked you to convert yesterday. Now anonymous inner classes come. When the anonymous inner class comes, lambda expression will come. Lambda expression into threads. Lambda expression into threads. Now, star mark IMP. Creating thread using LAMBDA. Lambda expression. Creating thread using, this is Java 8 feature. Creating thread using lambda expression. Creating thread using lambda expression. Creating thread using lambda expression. Now, wherever the anonymous inner class is there, that is replaced with lambda anyway. So the run method is declared as lambda expression. So in this process, the run method is declared as LAMBDA lambda expression. The run method is declared as lambda expression, which means run method without name. We are declaring run method without name. That's the latest. Run method without name. Right. So wherever this is old model actually for you. Anonymous is old. For you, Java developer, it is old. You know Android, right? This Android people purely depend upon core Java. So for this core Java is the base for Android developers. and Selenium developers. Selenium is a tool. Now developer is a Selenium is a testing tool, right? For these two people, core Java is mandatory for them. For fast carrier boost up, if he is a core Java, if you know core Java, carrier boost up will be very fast. Because this is testing tool and this is app development, you know already. So before this Android, today Android means Samsung mobile phone, you know already. By default today, many people will use Samsung. Of course, many companies are there, but Samsung is leading actually. Everybody knows. Before Samsung, Nokia is there. Everybody knows Nokia. Nokia is the leader actually. For many years it played role, Nokia. But today Nokia is not there. Struggling, no, Nokia. Nokia is struggling much in the market. It's great struggle for Nokia. Because suddenly huge market down in worldwide, Nokia market not there. It's struggling, and recently one model came. But that model also not heated the market. So they're struggling much. The reason our technology is playing a role. This Android people got tie up with Java history. Today's aspirants don't know. The great histories you don't know, actually. This Android people had a tie up with Java. They took our models. Java from background supporting Android. So once Java occupied a space, replacement not there. That's a drawback. Drawback means other companies, for us not a drawback. For us replacement will not be there. Why replacement not there means if you take Java, highest security levels will be there. Highest security level. Object oriented common. Everybody can write object oriented. Java is popular for security actually. So security level will be very high. Now what happened now? Android people brought this model outside. Anonymous in our classes. They used in your gaming applications. Today you are playing games in Android mobile phones. That gaming applications will have one API. Android developers will use one thread API. That syllabus it is available on I don't know, but they use one thread API. Using that thread API, we had a thread API, no? That they had a thread API. So using that thread API, they develop games for Android environment. That thread API is internally Java code is there. That only concept. Total Java code is there. Because of this reason, Android developer want to go very deeply, he must know core Java. That's the point. So that MO model is very, 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 very popular. After that, from 2014, that model we replaced with Lambda. Now Lambda came into Android already. From 2017, after models of Samsung, today your gaming applications uses Lambda. Already using it. Kotlin, Flutter. They had some APIs. That API is written by Java developer. And they given to Android people. Android people are using. Because whenever the student comes to this market, Amirpet, I want to learn, I want to become an Android developer means everybody will suggest, go and sit in core Java and come to Android, they'll say. If they ask anybody also, the same way Selenium. Selenium is a testing tool. For testing tool, why language? Testing means you are tester only. Tester means now example, my admin is a tester. Tester means what? I came, I did not came, I entered, not entered. Tester. Working or not. You are checking working or not, why you need language? So, Selenium people are saying that automated testing tool this is. I don't know much about it, but I am speaking in 5 minutes. This automated tool people say that we test applications in the market generally and we give a test report. Whenever when we are trying to test something, All our web applications today, 99.99%, all are internet applications. We wake up with internet and early morning you'll see your mobile phone and WhatsApp group now. So while you are sleeping in the last also, you'll see the WhatsApp group and shut down. Means what? Human being by default wake up with internet world, sleeps with internet world. At last, he sleeps and ends with internet world. So all applications are internet linked. So that is a cyber. We are all into cyber world. So when we are into cyber world, all are internet and web applications. Internet and web application needs object-oriented programming languages. When the test engineer want to check one application, the application is full-flavored with objects. So if an engineer knows object-oriented, he can travel. Because of this reason, Selenium people will pick object-oriented from core Java, and the important concept for this testing tool from core Java is a collection framework. They have to know collection framework because multiple objects will be dumped into one location. If a test engineer want to understand that, he must know object flavor. Because of this reason, whenever he want to come to the carrier of Selenium, they'll ask, go to core Java. He can ask a question, why core Java? I can go to other object-oriented programming languages. C++ is there. .NET is there. Means they'll say security modes are very high in Java. And Java already established in web applications. Already we are established in web applications. So all your applications will be based on Java. Learn this concept. So directly or indirectly, our models are reflecting some major 2 points. Of course, many things is there. Hadoop, Spark, ERMs, DevOps anyway. Like this, JCO in ABAP technical SAP. Like this, many ERP people also uses our components. Among that popular one is Anonymous. They made very popular Anonymous. Anonymous advantages, high performances will come. All our applications are high performances. That model became very popular. Because of this reason only, in the next versions of 8, your research and development concentrated on this model and Lambda came. Not only. Why they concentrated means 80% of the people started using that model. Why don't we convert that model into high performance so that our technology people will see the effect of performance? So they concentrated and given a Lambda and it has been worked. It is working. Because of this reason, industry people are looking for Java 8 features. The industry people are looking for which features means Java 8 features. The reason Lambda is there. Now our Lambda entered into thread. Our Lambda entered into thread. Whenever Lambda expression entered into thread, what happened now? All your server applications, gaming APIs are converted into Lambdas from 2017 onwards. From 2017 onwards, your mobile phones of Samsung purely using their Lambdas in your thread API. It's happening. If after 2017, any model came or technology came, that the technology mobile phone will be thrown out of the market. Thrown out of the market means they enhance the model and they keep it. That only enhancement. Small models daily they will coming or not now. Every 6 months one model will come. 1 year one model will come. The meaning is when the API change is coming, automatically performance change will be coming. So this is the reason we had Lambda expression into your threading concept. Already you know one statement from your unit. Wherever the anonymous inner class is there, that is replaced with Lambda expression. Now see there. I'll modify thread app 3 Lambda expression. Thread app 3 Lambda expression. lambda expression. Right. See there, I am converting into lambda finally. Lambda. So this anonymous, all of you observe it, run method without name. This run method without name, I am deleting. This is run method without name. Here one arrow symbol. Here delete this. This is lambda. LAMBDA lambda expression. See there. Class name not there. Method name also not there. Now same way, new up to here, no run method. One arrow symbol. LAMBDA lambda expression. Just converting that model into lambda. Already you know, lambda expression means dot class files will be decreased. High performance will come out. It's a successful model. It is a very much successful model in the market. So our lambda expression entered into your threading concept. Just to changes, you know the model training already, I done it already. I tried for each method, no. I am passing lambda as parameter, not now, for each of lambda. Here also see that OB1, this is OB1. I am passing OB1 as parameter, not now. Instead of OB1, this lambda expression, you can pass as parameter. I am passing lambda expression as a parameter. I am passing OB2 here. Instead of OB2, I'll pass this lambda expression as parameter. Here, lambda expression as method argument. LAMBDA lambda expression as argument. I am passing lambda expression while object creation. See there. Thread T1 is equal to new thread. I am passing run method without name. LAMBDA lambda expression as argument. The program will run. Right. You can see thread creation using lambda in web service. Your web service trainer will code this kind of syntaxes. I am passing lambda expression as parameter. This lambda expression is attached with the run method of runnable. That only concept. Demo thread 3 dot Java. This is So these are the three models, and the latest one is Lambda. Latest one is Lambda. This is old one. Yesterday's program is old one. This is anonymous. This is Lambda. Market people will use anonymous or Lambda. Anyone, they are going to use it. Above program, yesterday's program, you have been converted into anonymous. Yesterday's program is a demo, how thread is created, basic model. That basic model converted into anonymous, anonymous converted into Lambda. Lambda is the latest one, we use it. Sir, who are going to use this Lambda means web service trainer will use. Web service, web means internet, internet services. In the process of constructing internet services, internet means multi-users. Multi-users means again threads only. So internet services, web services. In the process of constructing internet services or web services, your trainer is going to use the threading concept with Lambda, is going to use it. On the day he will ask, do you know Lambda expression? If he say 40% also, he'll be happy. Right? Do you know threads creating with Lambda? So at least the basic model converting into anonymous, anonymous converting into Lambda. You have to practice once. That one already, right? Okay. So this is thread creation and thread execution. And you know how to create thread using basic model, how to create thread using anonymous, how to create thread using Lambda. That is the latest one. So now comes your thread synchronization process. Make it thread synchronization process. Thread synchronization process. So thread synchronization meaning is more than one user trying to use the same resource. Same resource means same object or same class or same method. They're trying to use it. When they're trying to use the same resource, deadlocks may come. Deadlocks may come. To overcome that, we had a concept known as thread synchronization. The process of ordering the threads. The process of ordering the threads for execution. The process of ordering the threads for execution is known as thread synchronization. Thread synchronization process. So synchronization means one after the other. Generally, that's called ordering. If two users are trying to access same resource, we must order them, right? Sir, how can we order them means two processors there for us. So thread synchronization. Thread synchronization can be performed using the following. Using the following. 1. Mutual exclusion. Mutual exclusion process. Thread communication process. Mutual exclusion process and thread communication process. So mutual exclusion process. The process of locking the programming resources and ordering for execution. The process of locking the programming resources and ordering for execution is known as mutual exclusion process. The process of locking the programming resources and ordering for execution is known as mutual exclusion process. The process of locking the programming resources and ordering for execution is known as mutual exclusion. Very popular in this one generally. Roughly I am speaking. Now this classroom is there. This classroom is mutual exclusion concept only. So now this classroom is there. This classroom has one door anyway. This is the classroom. Now the classroom, you are all sitting. Students are resources sitting anyway. Now your Oracle trainer and your Java trainer want to come inside. So they want to use this classroom by 7:30 a.m. Now both people are coming to occupy this classroom. Both are coming for the same resource. According to them, this is resource. This is resource. Now when the Oracle trainer and Java trainer is coming now, what is the rule now? Sir, any one only should come inside. Yes or no? Na? Any one. That only synchronization means order. You first or I first. Any one. Now, based on the priorities means based on the fastness or priority, Oracle trainer entered. Whenever the Oracle trainer enters, he apply a lock. Whenever he apply a lock now, Java trainer has to stand outside. Understood this point? Now you have to lock it. Now, mutual exclusion means the process of locking programming resources. Means apply the lock and allow one by one. That's called mutual exclusion. Suppose my door is closed. I am inside. No other trainer will come. If I go out of this classroom, another trainer will come. Roughly I am speaking. That concept we call it as a mutual exclusion concept. And your operating system, others will say critical section. They'll say critical section. According to them, only one executor is available inside. Remaining all will be outside. That's the concept of mutual exclusion. Sorry, here programming resources means what? Here programming resources means, write it. Programming resources means maybe class, maybe object, and maybe method. These three we call it as programming resources. So locking and ordering is known as mutual exclusion. This mutual exclusion process, make it. This mutual exclusion process can be done in three ways. This mutual exclusion process can be done in three ways. A. Synchronized block. Synchronized method. Static synchronization. Static synchronization. Synchronized block, synchronized method, and static synchronization. Static synchronization. There are three processes available. Simply put one arrow. This one, we call it as object locking. Object locking process. This one is instance method locking. This is object locking. This is instance method locking. This one, class locking. Class locking. So there are three locks in Java. You must speak in the interview. So where we can apply the lock? One interview question is there. You must say, I can lock methods. I can lock classes. I can lock objects. Part of mutual exclusion, you can lock it. So lock. So I came here for object lock because I am giving training to you about object oriented. So object oriented means object definition, object creation, object location, object components, object types, object serializable, object cloning, object locking, object grouping. These are the object oriented. Among this, all you completed. Without your knowledge, I'll write the list in the last summary. Tomorrow I'll write the list, summary and conclusion. What you learned from me. You know object definition. I changed your mindset as object is a storage. I'll say, I only will say, or other people say, I don't know, but I will say object is a storage, I'll say. So object definition is, it is a storage. Object creation, you are using new operator. New operator not there also, many locations objects are coming. Object creations. Object location means a heap area of JVM. Object components. It will hold only instance members. It will not hold static members. Object types. I given 31 objects to you. Right? Object serializable. One Sunday I called and said, object available in the binary stream. Right? Object locking. I am doing today. I came to this unit because of that only. Suddenly I cannot lock it. No. First time I introduced the concept, I introduced. So object locking. I'll train how to lock the object. Major concept. Object grouping. Already array is there, collection is there, map is there. Last one, object clone. Tomorrow. 5 minutes discussion on object clone. After that, chapter will be ended. Core Java will be ended. That only. So I am giving training about object oriented. Object oriented means related to object what you can do. I am giving a training. That only I am following the rule actually. So you crossed all the levels. You are in the last level today. Object lock. That only. After that, object clone. Clonable. I written in the diagram or not? No. Clonable. I not touched that. That is the last level. Object cloning. Just we give the information in the last. That is the last level of your object. With that, object-oriented related flower will be ended. That is a sequence. Now today we are into object lock. Sir, how to lock my object? Object-oriented programmer not only creates object, he can lock the object. That is the information. Make it. Synchronized block. The set of statements, which are declared with synchronized keyword is known as synchronized block. And which is used to lock the object. 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 So the syntax is synchronized of object reference. You have to say the object reference. Synchronized of object. If I say synchronized of object reference, automatically lock is applied generally. Now see there, to demonstrate this, I'll take one small program to you. For demo purpose, I will take like this. I'll take one class, printer, I will take it. I'll take one class as printer. One class printer. The printer class will have one method known as print. Some n printouts, and the printouts belongs to one user. Like this, one method print. Now I'll use user 1 and user 2. Two users are there. User 1, one class. User 2, one class. Now this printer, I'll keep address here, printer. That printer, I'll keep here. Printer P is equal to. Through references, I'm going to keep here. I'm going to link this printer class to user 1, printer class to user 2. I'm applying the link. Do you know references concept? That through references concept. Now, here, these two classes are implementation of runnable. Runnable having method run. These two classes are implementation of runnable. This is implements. Now, what is the rule of implements now? Sir, we have to take the run method and construct the body. And construct the body. Now the run method is available here now. Using this run method, we call p.print. 5 printouts, some Alex. And p.print of some Raju. Now he is the user Alex. He is the user Raju. Now both users are using the same resource, no? Yes or no? Both are using, how they are using now, sir? Through the object P. Through object P, they are using. Both are sending the prints to the same printer. Both are sending the prints. I want 5 prints. I want 5 prints. If you go to any Xerox centers, example, one Xerox center is maintaining one Xerox machine or one printer. So 2 users went there. One is Alex, one is Raju. Alex needs 5 printouts and Raju needs 5 printouts. Now the Xerox center owner given 2 systems for them. You work it. So both are working. After work has been completed, both submitted the print to the single printer available. Means they are trying to access the same printer. How the printout will come? The rule, the printer has to take any one print. It has to take from Alex or it has to take from Raju. That is a rule. It has to give 5 printouts for Raju or Alex. Then it has to give the 5 printouts from other person. That is a rule of printer. Now, to run this program, we had a thread, no? We create threads. Here thread class, here thread class, where user is linked. Where user is linked. You know this concept already. This is thread class. Thread class object and this is thread class object. Now here we use T1 dot start. Here we use T2 dot start. So we are starting the 2 threads now. One with Alex thread, one with Raju thread. Now let us see what happens. Both are using the same location or not now? That is only concept. Both are using the same location printer. Let us see what is the output will be there like this. Thread application 4. Class, I am taking it as printer. I'll take one more class as user1. I'll take one more class as user2. So in this printer, I had one method. So public void print of int n sum, string sum user. Printouts for int I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. 5 printouts are n printouts. End of loop. Now here system dot out dot println I print for user. Print for user. This time displaying the printout is coming for who? Here I is equal to 1 means 1 print for user, some user. To see the output always bit clearly, we use that thread dot sleep. Thread dot sleep. Now, after writing this print here, writing this print method now, go for user. User implements from. I am writing the basic model, runnable. Implements from runnable. So public void run like this. But the user one must be declared with public printer P. So this is references concept. To bind the reference, we take one constructor. Do you remember? Remembered or not remembered? This dot P is equal to P. References. So this constructor is going to bind the reference. Okay, right. Who are attending Spring? This model is there, no? Injection process. Yes or no? Na? One object will hold the reference of another injection process. Your Spring trainer will do different approaches. Not only. Who are attending Spring? Implements runnable. Public void run. Here also same process. So public printer, yeah, public user 2 printer P. This dot P is equal to P. Now once through references, once it is binded, here you can use P dot print 5 printouts and the user name is some Alex. To see the output, which one is running, just I'm giving the name as Alex. So here P dot print 5 printouts and the user is Raju. Now both are using the same method. So method available to printer actually. Both are using the same object printer. That's the meaning actually. So this printer object P, both are using the P. User 1 using P, user 2 using P. So the object is common to both. Now go for main class and run it. Go for main class. Right click, new class, demo, thread 4. Import test.star. Here, create object for printer P is equal to new printer. Create object for user 1, OB1 is equal to, if not you write U1 is equal to new user 1 of P. All of you understood these two syntaxes? Says or no to me? Right. Now user 1 holding reference of printer, user 2 holding reference of printer. User 1 holding reference of printer, user 2 holding reference of printer. That's a concept. Now, these user 1 and user 2 holded by thread. Thread T1 is equal to new thread, THREAD, new thread of U1. Now thread T2 is equal to new thread of U2. Now this thread is holding the reference of U1. This thread is holding the reference of U2. That only. I linked here like this, T1, T2. Now I am calling T1 dot start. T1 dot start. T2 dot start. Now if I run it, see there, T1 dot start, T2 dot start. Anyway, both will access this print method. Both will access that print method. Both will get the prints. One print for Alex, one print for Raju, one print for Alex, one print for Raju, like this. So the output is meaningless actually. No printer will give this kind of output. Suppose if given two printouts, one page for him, one page will not come. No printer will come. Then what you have to do? You have to apply the lock. That only. You have to apply. Both are using the print method or not now? To use the print method, both are using printer object. No, right? Apply the lock on printer object. That only concept. If I apply the lock on printer object, only one user will use print method. Another user has to wait it. So how you'll apply, sir, means see. User 1 says that, user 1, whenever I got the access, I'll apply the lock. Synchronized of P lock. End of lock. This is locking printer object. Locking printer object. Suppose user 1 got the access to printer. Once user 1 got the access to printer, it go inside and lock the printer. If it apply the lock, what happen now? So other person cannot enter. So cancel. The same code is applied for user 2. User 2 also says that if I get a choice, I also will lock. Synchronized of P. I will lock it. I will apply the lock. End of lock. This is locking printer object. Locking printer object. Here, Oracle trainer, Java trainer is entering, no? If Oracle trainer enters inside, he'll lock the door and come inside. Understood? No, the same thing. If Java trainer get the access, he'll lock the door and come inside. So, who will get the access? He is going to lock the object. This is object lock. Just simply synchronized of P. That only know. The set of statements which are declared with synchronized keyword is known as a synchronized block and which is used to lock the object. Synchronized of object reference. Object reference available in P, no? Lock the P. Sorry, if I lock the P, what happened now? Anyone will get the printout. See there. Only Alex printout is coming now. So after Alex has been completed, Raju printout will come. All of you understood this point now, right? Internally, the lock is applied on the object. The lock is applied on the object. So we successfully applied lock. Here, example, I used printer dot Java. I used user1.java. I used user2.java. Here I used demo thread 4.java. This is main class. Main class. Output is one after the other. So first one person will get the access. Next second person will get the access. Now internally lock is available on the printer object. So how we applied the lock on printer object? See there. Sir, whenever printer object created here, the printer object reference you kept in the user object, user2 object. This user1 and user2 object you kept in the thread. Now I am calling t1.start. T1.start means user1, this one. User1. Then this user1 will go to printer. When the user1 goes to the printer, he applies the lock. Printer synchronized of P, locking printer object. Once the printer object has been locked, user2 will not get the access to printer. So he has to wait until the lock is released. That only concept. So finally we can apply the lock. This is the syntax. Like it. So after this program here, I'll paste that diagram what I drawn roughly. Right. Under this diagram, some note. In the above program, the lock is on object. The lock is on printer object and the object members are available to one user at a time. Only one user can access that members. In the above program, the lock is on printer object and the object members are available to one user at a time because lock is applied. Right. Limitation of object locking process. Object locking process. limitation of object locking process. Limitation of object locking process. Limitation meaning is nothing but in all the situations we cannot use them. Why, sir? Object here, only one method is there. Printer object, only print method is there. Sometimes the object will have more methods, no? Right. If we lock the object, what happen now? All methods will be under the lock. Example, I am absent on Saturday. Okay, right. In this building, two classes will be running. Myself and KV Rao sir. One is Python, one is Java. We both will be changing the rooms here and there. Based on the strength, we'll be changing here and there. There's two rooms allocated for this. What happened? Of object locking here. I am absent on Saturday. So, if I am absent, in this total billing, class running, example, two classes. Now the management, Venkatesh are not coming. Sir, you also don't come. We are locking the door. You must not do no. Understood this point now? Because of one class, they should not cancel another class. Means it will become a dependency or not now. Example, object has 5 methods. I want lock on one method. But why you are locking remaining 4 methods? You must make them to run or not now. That's called limitation. So if you apply lock on the object, all the instance methods will be under the lock, which is not preferable. So limitation is in object locking process, all the instance methods of object will be under the lock and which is not preferable always. Make a statement. In object locking process, all the instance methods of object will be under the lock, and which is not preferable always. In object locking process, all the instance methods of object will be under the lock and which is not preferable always. Because of one method, you must not lock another method, right? So always not preferable. Then how, sir? You want only one method printer, no? Then why don't you lock only printer method? That only second category. Second category is what now? Instance method locking. So instead of locking the object, you can lock one method, you can lock it. Understand now? Instead of locking the total object, in real time, sometimes we lock the beans. Beans will be the shared components among multiple users through servlets. Sometimes we have to apply the lock on beans. If you know the concept, many tools are there. DevSecOps, they'll support you to do some work anyway. But the conceptually, object-oriented programmer can lock one object. If you lock the object, all the instance methods will be under the lock, which is not preferable always. Sometimes we have to lock only one individual method. Whenever you want to lock only individual instance method, we had a concept known as synchronized method. Make it. So instead of locking the total object, we are locking only the method, right? The process of declaring instance method with synchronized keyword. The process of declaring instance method with synchronized keyword is known as synchronized method. The process of declaring instance method with synchronized keyword is known as synchronized method. In this process, the lock is applied on individual instance method, and the method is available to one user at a time. Instead of locking the object, you can lock the method. Instead of locking the object, you can lock the method. Right. See there, nothing is there. In above program, print method declared with a synchronized keyword. See there. In the above program, this is a total program. Thread application 5. Thread application 5. Demo thread 5 here. Everything same will be there. Printer, user 1, user 2, demo thread. See the changes? In the printer, just we write one synchronized. Already given a definition in your string buffer class. Do you remember? Synchronized. The method declared with synchronized keyword. Now, anyway, the lock is on the method, no? So the lock is on the method. No need to apply the lock on the object. Because lock already available on the method or not now. Don't lock the object. You also don't lock the object. You can lock that method. So same output will come. Your thread scheduler given access to Raju. Actually, while running, after 2 threads created, thread scheduler will start it. While starting, based on the environment, so delay will go to Alex, the control will come to Raju. If I rerun, now it changes. First time, your Eclipse will create a delay. It is running in the Eclipse, no? Because of delay, the thread starts from second one. So here, the lock is on individual print method of printer. So concept. Internally coding is I removed that synchronized. See there, I declared synchronized or not now here. So here user 1, I removed the lock. User 2, lock on object has been removed. So example program, Same names only. Internally, small code change is there. The same names only. Internally, that's a note. In the above program, the lock is on. Print method of printer class, and the method is available to one user at a time. So these two are popular actually. Synchronized block, applying the lock on object or applying the lock on instance method. So static synchronization. Static synchronization. Static synchronization anyway. Static synchronization means I declared one instance method with a synchronized keyword. Now I'll declare one static method with a synchronized keyword. Make it the process of declaring static method with synchronized keyword is known as static synchronization. Static synchronization. The process of declaring static method with synchronized keyword is known as static synchronization. Now, static method is available in the class, available in the object class. So when the method is available in the class, lock is applied on the class, not on the method. So we call it as static synchronization. In this process, the lock is applied on the class and known as static synchronization process. The lock is on the class. You can apply the lock because rare used. Applying class lock is rare used actually, but process available you must know. Right. See there above program, just I'll change the method name to static. That's all. So like a same program, I'll repeat it. Code change is happening. Thread application 6. Thread application 6. Right. Printer, user 1, user 2. See that? Now, just one change here. Synchronized static. I am converting this method to static method. Static method access with class name, object name. Class name. Whenever you want to access with the class name here, printer. If you are accessing with class name, these are all not needed, no. If you use static code will be decreased. Directly you can access with class name or not now. So here also you can access with class name directly. When you are accessing with class name, this binding not needed. Right. So printer object not needed. Printer binding not needed. That's the advantage. So internally, the class loads on Java stack area, method area. There only the lock is applied. That's the concept of synchronized, static method with synchronized keyword. The lock is applied on the class because static method is available in the class. That's a concept. So change is declare this method as a static, access with class name. So here, same program I'll copy with a small code change here. The lock is on the class. Of course, you understood that. No need to make a step. Sir, which one we use means we use synchronized method and synchronized block. Locking beans, sometimes locking some, any other subclasses are there, you can lock. Individual instance methods, you can lock it. Flexibility of locking method and locking object. So this is about your mutual exclusion process. And tomorrow we had 15-20 minutes about thread communication, one program. It's a last concept. So after that, small revision on it. And we are going to 1 or 2 closing components are there. We close it. Tomorrow, I'll come a bit early tomorrow and I'll close it. Okay, right. Thank you very much for today. Take a break.